Are you shocked that Ford still makes the F350 dually? I am, because last year, for every F350 dually I saw, I probably saw 8 F450s. Now, obviously the F450 has its major advantages, but the F350 dually is probably still the best truck for most buyers. Now, I borrowed this truck from Larry H. Miller, Super Ford here in Salt Lake City. Diego is actually the salesperson who ordered and sold this truck. Be sure to ask for him in case it does fall through. Sometimes these trucks fall through, but it's definitely a nice build. Can't wait to show you guys this two-tone on the white. Let's check out the window sticker. At the very top is the description, and then the colors, and then here is a short listing for the standard equipment. Down below are all the options. So this truck has the standard output power stroke. Haven't seen one of these in a while. And then you guys see down below, this one does have the all-terrain tires, 355 limited slip axle, and then gooseneck hitch kits there, engine block heater. This one's pretty unique actually, fifth wheel hitch prep package. And then tough bed. Destination is $1995 with a total price of $93,285. I did a video on a King Ranch that had the rapid red and this darkened bronze bottom. And let me just be honest, it looked pretty bad. Just my opinion. And the reason why is because the darkened bronze is too dark for red. It's almost better just to go with a black. But white is absolutely beautiful. I think the darker brown hits a lot better than the color that it replaces too. So for sure, if you're looking at a dually or even a single rear wheel, white with that darkened bronze is perfect. Now on the King Ranch, you guys can see they give you this satin finish on the grill, and here's something that I didn't understand last year. If you get a dually, they do give you a different grill design from the single rear wheel. So if I were to show you this King Ranch, you guys can pretty much see that they give you a different grille design, right? On King Ranch, you do get the reflective style headlights, high and low beam, full LED and fog lights, parking sensors, recovery hooks are right there, forward facing camera. They do stamp Super Duty on the hood right there, and they still have that large front diffuser, chin spoiler, whatever you want to call it. Now, 17-inch wheels off to the side. I would like to see an 18. GM went to 18. I think an 18-inch wheel opens up a lot more tire options in my opinion. With that being said, Michelin tires, LTX AT2s. And you guys saw this was an upgraded tire, so it's an all-terrain. LT 245/75/17. And then here are the capacities, 3,195 pounds for the front. And then if you're running it as a dual, you're gonna have 2,910 pounds. Max PSI is 80. Solid front axle with the Ford. Also, you guys can see the mud flaps on the front here. Fabric material for the wheel well liner, E-coated frame, and here is the badging for the standard power stroke and King Ranch badge. A little bit of chrome too on this trim piece. Now they do give you a black painted trim piece here for the mirrors versus chrome, which I actually like better. Lighting on the front, blind spot monitoring, and then you have your convex. A little bit of chrome below the windows, painted door handles with smart key system, and then here's a better look at that darkened bronze. You have the power to pulpit running boards down below, and they have like a chrome trim piece too. And here's the full truck. Anytime you get a long bed, 48-gallon fuel tank, 7.4 for your DEF, and then you get these new steps right here, and then you get one out back too. Clearance lights on the side there. I would definitely pull that off for sure. And then you have this liner right here. And then here's a look at that suspension. So you have 4 leaves in the main pack, and you have that overload. You guys can see this truck has a fifth wheel prep package. I would like to see a wheel liner further out, but not a big deal. You're gonna have incandescent bulbs in here with the LED light here. You get the full LED for the platinum up again. You still get the applique, it says King Ranch Super Duty. Has a nice look on this truck. It's a cowboy truck, right? Class 5 hitch, you have a 7 and 4 pin, and incandescent lights here. You have your backup camera with the light, and really quickly, you guys can see down below here, your spare tire. Michelin tire, that's nice. but it's going to be a steely 355 rear. So this truck's going to be best for, you know, mixed driving if you don't tow a lot. No 3-inch here, by the way, on the hitch. They did upgrade the loops here too, so it's easier to get those bigger chains in there. Now when you get the King Ranch, they do give you the sonar on top of the tailgate with the backup camera. Spray in, 2,000 watts of power does come standard with King Ranch. And then you have your 7 and 12 way for your video, and then you have your bed lights, tie downs, fifth wheel prep package, and then you have that bed view camera with power sliding glass up front, or out back, excuse me, on the glass there. On King Ranch, they do not give you the chrome tips for your exhaust, which I like better too, by the way. And one last time for the wheels, I didn't show you the rears. They give you the logo for the King Ranch there. Let's go ahead and talk about the standard output power stroke. The standard output power stroke is a really good option. I understand why some guys prefer this over the high output. Now on the dually, I probably would always go that high output route, but I understand why some people don't really care to have all the power. So the way that they built this truck, they probably aren't towing a big trailer if I was guessing, because they went with the 355 rear and they went with the standard output power stroke. So in their minds, they're like, we don't need the biggest and baddest truck. I mean, if they're looking to tow a triple axle toy hauler, this setup would still be fine, because that truck can still tow, or I should say this truck probably can still tow over 30,000 pounds. With that being said, 475 horsepower, 1,050 pound-feet of torque, 10R140 transmission, which is a 10-speed. They're still using the CP4, but I would say that this truck has the best balance for power and drivability. I've done a ton of videos on these trucks, so we're gonna keep this short and sweet. So if you want to go back, I will put another King Ranch video after this one. That way you guys can see around the interior. But they really didn't change much for these trucks for 2024. And on the Platinum, they did change some of the trim pieces, but on this one, I don't recall them changing much on this one. But yeah, you get this kick plate right here. It says King Ranch, and you have the contour seats. Now for 2023, you couldn't get contour because I think there was a supply issue there. Out back, you guys see pretty much the same design on the seats. 3 headrests across. You have your armrests right here. Also, outboard heated seats, Type-C USBs, and you have a 12 volt, 120 volt. So you have 400 watts inside the cab, and then you have the 2,000 in the bed. The storage is actually collapsed in this one too. Seat back pockets here. Grab handles. And they give you the brown roof. Now I'm actually shocked to see this truck not have a twin panel moonroof. I like the way this truck is spec. It's really a very unique build, 100%. And back on the front here, you guys will see the dash, power steering column, power pedals. You have power tow mode for the mirrors, and they power forward. And then check out the design right there too. Really nice details on this truck. 14 speaker piano. They did remove the speakers for 2024 in the headrest, which I don't think a lot of people cared about that anyways. Black carpet, a little bit of storage down below here. And then here's some more of those accents. And on the passenger side, you guys will see on the dash, this ranch here. It's really nice attention to detail on these trucks, guys. And then this trim piece is super nice. You see that logo more right there. And then one more time for the passenger door here. Nice wood treatment too. Now, on the center here, you guys will see a little bit of chrome back here. And then you're gonna have 2 Type-C USBs in there. This tray is removable. It is illuminated inside there too. And then this is a cover that hides some storage. No lighting in here, by the way. Down below, glove box. This does slide too for more cup holders. Wireless charger, Type A, Type-C USBs. This cover slides, gives you more that King Ranch logo, and this is a wood trim piece. Now if we put the truck in accessory mode, here's the 12-inch display. You guys will see your cameras are pretty much right here. And if you push this button, you can see your bed view. You have a dual stage exhaust brake. Hopefully you guys can see those buttons there. Traction control. You have a 12 volt and 120 volt there. And on the side, a little bit of leather wrap. I don't really show this to you that much, but it's really nice details on this interior, as I said. Now to go back, you hit the button again. You have this screen. If you go to settings, if you want to turn on your contour seats, aka massagers, it's right here. So you have 3 levels for your lumbar. And if you hit this button here, it turns on the massagers. And that's going to be for the driver's side. You also have one for the passenger side. And turning it off, just push the button again, done. Now, if you were to put the tailgate down and I were to show you guys out back, it would change camera views for you. You guys can see the push button start there. Let's hop back over to the driver's side. Ford has done a great job with this screen. They did add what's called measurements, where they give you all of the temperatures in one spot. One of my favorite things about the Ford trucks. By the way, when you get a F350, they do give you the tire pressure. They don't give this to you on the F450s, by the way, which is pretty interesting. Heads-up display was added too for this redesign, and this is what I was talking about. They give you these general measurements for the temperatures. Also, they give you the diesel measurements too. So you have your engine braking there. They didn't have that last year. They have the DEF level, exhaust filter level, and turbo boost, which is super nice. And then auxiliary gauges. You can also customize the gauges at the very top too if you'd like. Here's a quick look at that heads-up display. Home link is right here. Then you have your auxiliary switches, and then sunglass holder, and then LED lights for the entire interior too. Let's go ahead and check out the payload, because I'm interested to see what it would be, since this truck doesn't have that sunroof, high output power stroke, which I don't think the high output power stroke is heavier. Front gross axle rating is going to be 5,600 pounds. The rear is 9,900 pounds right there, and then 14,000 pound gross vehicle weight rating. And the wheels are going to be 17 by 6.5 wide. Here's the axle code, 3K. Now really quickly, as far as the wheels go, 18 by 8.5 for all those guys who want to run a 37 by 12.5, right? Anyone? Maybe. But payload, 5,358 pounds. And you guys can see the tire pressure. Front is 75 and the rear is 65. That's pretty low for the rear, actually. 65 pounds, not bad. They must have been going for a good comfort level. But you can go up to 80 PSI if you're towing if you want. That's what I normally do. When I'm towing, I'm going 80 PSI. Well, I hope you guys liked the video. As I said earlier, this is a unique spec. I like the color combination too. Not having the sunroof, having the standard output power stroke. This is like a 1 in a million truck, guys.